Geniuses turn to pick.
Grimstroke.
Double unstable concoction. If you look at what their ulti combos are with the Soulbind, and then EG themselves get a Gyrocopter. You talk about coming online fast and Gyrocopter, that being one of his biggest strengths and why we've seen so Gyrocopter play. That's a hero that comes online and maybe can contest and pressure the outcome.
Yeah, it's all about the fighting right now. You wanna be aggressive, and this is where Gyro excels. He has Rocket Barrage. Once he hits level 6, he can either rotate, grab a kill, buys all these small items, couple great bands, maybe even get a drum if needed. Snowball. Right now, OG's lineup is really vulnerable to... These two heroes don't have any kind of mechanism. Not enough control.
What are the offlaners you might want to play against something like Gyrocopter? Something for Seb, like stroke +1. Hero that can just not feed against Gyrocopter.
Okay, what about to do? No, I'm just thinking.
I realized I was like, all right, Lucas, he's going to come up with something smart.
I mean, you can always pair it up with Doom. They're using all their reserve
time.
time.
OG don't know. Yeah, they're using reserve time. They're going to get their other core first. So they don't have last pick, so this is where often you'll see pick up, you know, you're going to last pick something that's not a mid or a carry just because. Back, Ember Spirit for now. We talked about getting Catch, and Ember Spirit brings that. Ember Alchemist is going to be there 1 and 2.
That's actually their own.
Yep. I mean, you've got Outgoes Blink Dagger, you kind of have that unstable concoction initiation. And we're seeing more of this right-click out build where he goes into Abyssal Blade, so Blink Abyssal well in the mid to late game. But it's their main source.
People don't have a hero that deals with Tidehunters, Kraken Shell. I don't think any of these are gonna build Silver Edge.
This doesn't seem like
so you can't
worried about it.
It's
like there is just Ember with Searing Chains, there broke with Silence, but feels like a really good storm.
you have nothing to deal with Storm Spirit, Chains,
10 seconds remaining.
Phantom. I don't think that's enough.
5 seconds remaining.
10 seconds to decide what their offlane hero for Seb is going to be. Time's ticking by, and something that is going to be able to fare against likely the Gyrocopter in lane unless we see some kind of lane swaps. It's going to be Sand King.
Absolutely perfect.
These invis heroes becoming more and more prominent, I feel, at this TI so far, just because of the limited number of sentry wards. It put economic drain on your opposing team's supports. Sandstorm in lane gives you some defensive capability. Gyrocopter.
10 seconds remaining.
They needed a low
5 seconds remaining.
Sanking. It's stroke.
You may now
They go
select
frozen.
your
All right.
heroes.
D. I mean, that's a hero that can wail away on the Alchemist a bit. As far as out counters go, I think some of the heroes we've seen become popular. Slack's the big one. Slack was actually banned out in the first stage here, and Nodi's traditionally been one of those others. The tricky bit is the Alch's BKB type. It's definitely going to be going BKB second, third item against Tide already, so he's going to be getting that similarly against the OG. BKB becomes very important for this OG side.
One problem, actually two problems, that Alchemist is going to get the BKB.
Yeah, you don't
build him.
There might be like a Bloodthorn as like a 4th or 5th item, but that's not an item you build either on OD. Some of that is chance of the problem. You go BKB against the Radiance itself, but See if Alk even goes more evasion on top of the raid. Will be mostly the heroes and player assignments you'd expect. S4 are going to be Tide, Crit playing Lena, Fly on the Ogre, RT Gyro, Sumail D. And on the OG side, No Tail going to be playing a signature hero. Ana, Alchemist. This goes way back when Ana was first picked up by OG. They were the Alchemist team who just first two picked this hero all day long.
Absolutely
with
perfect.
Ana, of course, playing the hero, Jackson the Grimstroke, Thompson playing Ember, and Seth.
OD, they have save, which kind of needed. A lot of single target spells on a males is gonna be the damage dealer, but he's also the astral.
He's not going to, want to be in the front line where RTZ can bait out some spells. Yeah, often you see Fly playing that some of those save heroes. Wasn't available, at least the Shadow Demon was banned out. Ourselves versus G. Number 1. 9072. He's warmed up, he's ready to go.
I don't want to spoil it, but that was probably a pub match.
Prepare
Yeah,
for
trust
battle.
Oh yeah, do that sound, the screenshot.
Got the screenshot. Sending that one to mum and dad at home. They're watching. Sure they know. OG versus EG. They're invested now. They heard all the drama. They want to see what happens, what goes down here between players, and it's the closest thing to Dota version, our own little soap opera.
Perfect.
I feel like the best item so far of the international is Ring of Bats. You
I
buy
was ready
Sage
for it,
Mask and
yeah.
then buy Ring of Protection in the side shop.
OG hasn't got a Sage's Mask Terror.
Transcends expectation.
I mean, you don't really go Bassi on Sand King or Grimstroke, assuming Grimstroke's even going to be playing in that offlane. Is this a game where OG's maybe going to try and secure their Alk's farm a bit more with the tri-lane, or are we going to just be seeing the 2-1-2 setup?
I think it's gonna be.
Step out, give him.
They can start with the 3 heroes at top and then just switch back to Seb's lane.
Interesting, Ana and Seb are both, at least for now, down bottom. Obviously, we're 45 seconds away from creep spawning, but they are looking to scout out these lanes to make sure they have Alchemists in the right place. Of course, it's not an OG game without a healthy amount of chat will. I love that they've added these. When they first got added, it was one of those things that it was like, oh, is this really serious professional Dota? It adds so much.
You don't have a chat
character.
wheel sound, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You're right. All right, Lacoste. You don't know. That's our job for today. Get on the chat
30
wheel for
seconds to
TI10.
battle.
Come on, something clever to say.
Wrong.
We'll have a bit of a pause, start of the day, as we check ourselves into the game. How big's your Seb?
The shortest one. Well,
Oh,
kids
you
these
know.
days are arguing who has a bigger Seb. Back in my days, we had a different measurements.
Not the size of the Seb. See just how big Seb can play this game. He's playing the Sand King, and he is going to be put under a lot of pressure if he is up tri-lane down here.
Absolutely
Of
perfect.
course, iconic axe moment where that. That's actually such a crazy story with Seb. To think a guy who didn't play Pro Dota for a few years, he came back, he coached, suddenly he gets picked up and well, not picked up, but suddenly he's like, okay, I'm playing. We didn't, they didn't have somebody last minute to play TI, and Seb's like, all right,
I'm gonna hop in, then you win a TI.
yeah. The way No Tail talked about in the documentary was like, for Seb, it was never like he wanted to put himself in the team. It was just like No Tail really felt strong. Like, dude, there's no reason you can't be on this team. You know how we play. Like, he had full faith in Seb as a player, not just as a coach.
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely
That's always been
perfect.
such a big part of OG.
Found unworthy.
We had a couple of these Cinderella stories in our Dota history with Wings as well.
Yeah. Wings at least went in that TI not as like, but it was more an underdog story in that when they're a team that came from nowhere. Like nobody really knew those 5 players. They didn't have a long history of success in Dota, and the fact they came up throughout the year, winning Excel Manila tournament, and then
Absolutely perfect.
one TI playing some of the craziest Dota and picks. I mean, people talk about Wings and the way they drafted and played to this day.
I think 3 Wings men.
On the
Chinese
analyst panel.
desk.
Okay.
Yeah. They have Burning, ZSMJ, and the English panel we have me, Kyle, BSJ.
I was wondering like which players you're gonna fire shots at, you know? You went nice on Fog there, you know?
Fogged has my respect. Me and Fog go back in the days when we played against each other. We almost ended up on the same team for DI2.
Yeah, the thing is, the Western players who are like, you know, the superstars, they're all still playing. A lot of the Chinese players who are like, you know, the most famous, most successful players, they won TI and stuff, they retire. It's like, guys, go for more TIs. They seem like content to like, oh, won a TI, pack it up now.
What if there's a rule that you can't win 2 TIs? Like you win a TI, you have to retire.
That sounds terrible, Lacoste. People making a legacy for themselves. Thompson, Ember. Scouting out some of these lanes and rotations. No, he's the mid. That's a mid Ember, just seeing what heroes are going where. Gives a 5. There we go. Arteezy pays him back the high 5. That's what we like to see. Drops his little...
Oh, and they're swapping the lanes already. This is the power of Chen, even though the cooldown is pretty big on level 1. He TP'd Sanking to the top lane. Now he's gonna TP bottom. One of the strengths of the Chen.
Then get the lanes. They want this Sanking against Gyro. Gyro's a TP though. Gyro's going to TP bottom, but the problem is Seb can now TP bottom
Sanking
too.
will just TP bottom now.
Yep. Oh, that is Chen in a nutshell. Will Seb just TP right away?
Get that. He wants to take a couple of Cs.
Your idol falls.
Not really want to lane against this Gyrocopter. That's a hero that can put a lot more pressure on him. So it seems like, okay, maybe not for now. They're not going to at least instantly TP. Might do that. How do you see this mid lane going, Ember and OD?
Once OD hits level 4, it's going to become really tough for Ember Spirit. He has 1-2-1 build on OD. Yep. He's just going to keep hitting him with Hurricane Orb.
See early nulls coming out. He's just bringing out whatever stat items he can get. Life is difficult possible. Say coming out of top set. I think that's Sanking. The first point in the bar strike already is going to have that matchup against the Tide Hunter. Kind of seemed like this was maybe the matchup they didn't want when the Chen used that Holy Persuasion to swap the lane, but they are sticking with their guns here, giving Chen the safe lane to secure the Alchemist some farm. And Tel will come on in to make sure he gets this small camp. He really wants to get a good creep here. Yeah, he'll get the D ward, but Fly coming in just in time. He doesn't get there in time to block the camp, but it's unfortunately for Notel, it's not the creep he was hoping for.
Oh, it's a small Wild Wing. That's probably the worst creep you can get.
Yeah, well, the other camp was the Kobolds. He's hoping for like the Harpy or something there, or the little ghost with the slow.
Oh, top lane, don't miss it.
Wouldn't dream of it. Another Virus Strike coming in a second. First blood. No, he's hasn't got the damage. It's S4 and Crit who get the kill. They will get the revenge one on Jerex, but
Crit with another stun. That's a dead Grimstroke.
1 or 2 more right clicks. He's got the early point in the Fiery Souls for the attack speed. He finds the double kill on Crit's Lena.
1,000 gold on Lena. She's also level 3.
Just casual 1,000 gold. That's where you queue up the Midas. Very good start to that top lane.
Oh, the play. He used the Inkswell before, and then he TP'd him with the Chen. Cute little play, but not very effective.
It was very cute. The 2 points in the Inkswell as well. Arteezy, though, has a salve now. He had that Bloodlust movement speed, which helped him get away as well. right afterwards, Jerks will TP back to the top lane. If they'd found a kill there, that would have looked really nice for them. Seb has some backup now, looking to get the double stun off, but has to use it defensively as he kind of backs off right afterwards, recognizing that he can't really follow this one up with any further aggression. How's our mid lane looking? OD and Ember pretty even on CS here. A couple of CS advantage for Sumail, but nothing really separating the two. You've got to imagine Thompson's had to chew through a bit more regen. Bottle as well as salves.
Also, they need to control the runes, because Thompson has a bottle, so OD is gonna put him under the Astral.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And then go for the rune. Thompson doesn't have Searing Chains. He may go for the Sleight of Fist steal. Ooh, couldn't get it. You can pick up the runes during that Sleight of Fist if you're on top of it.
If you're good.
It looked like Sumail actually stopped moving, so he wasn't on top of the rune. So he couldn't maybe pick it up with that Sleight of Fist. I think Sumail, it seemed like he saw it coming. Nice attempted rune steal by the Ember. Thompson going to be forced out of this lane a little bit. The level 5 OD, 3 points in the Astral. Very hard to lane against now. I think Ember just feeling like he's going to have better time in the jungle. 2 points in the Flame Guard.
He was relying to get a rune, refill the bottle. Now he needs to be a bit cautious or just farm under the tower. He's level 5, 3 points in Sleight.
Got to keep an eye out for these bounty runes. 5 minutes in, Alchemist in the game. Both teams typically going to be eyeing off bounty runes here. No Tail, can he get either of these? I imagine he's going to struggle. He may go for the deny here. Will he get it in time? Ogre is there, so he can't deny it. It's 3 bounty runes for each.
That's how you play against Alchemist. Try to steal as many bounties as possible. Top lane.
Yep, they're going in, they hit the Inkswell. PS4. In a bit of trouble here. Does look to turn. Throw the Anchor Smash for Seb, forces him back. 10 stick charges on Seb. He is kind of trying to bait in some aggression here. Early days, it is EG with an edge in the laning stage. Definitely feel that homing missile denied by
the homing missile.
Oh, top lane. They bring down crit. Jerks and Seb teaming up for that one. These early points in the Inkswell, comboing with the Sanking and the Burrow Strike initiation, looking pretty scary. Potent stuff. No Tail, what a teammate. P's just to get this stack off, I believe. That is true 5-position support play. This rune, can Thompson get this? No, he doesn't. Another rune stolen by EG. They're doing such a good job controlling these runes. Denying them time and time again from Thompson's Ember Spirit, who would love to have gotten some of these. This bottle. His life's so much more difficult.
And I love the build on Sumail this game. He goes for 3 Null Talisman boots, so he can take a fight. Like, this hero can be really aggressive early on with this kind of a build.
And with that haste rune, Fly ran in. He gets a ward down deep in the enemy jungle. And by the top shrine, he just scouts, but over in the other side of the jungle, oh, he's also scouting. He's not blocking either camp. They just want to get vision of the Alchemist so they can go for some kills, perhaps. And I guess if you do block those camps, you risk feeding away gold because it becomes very easy to de-ward those observer wards.
Probability of winning to be above 99%.
Here we go. How do you feel like this early game has fared? Is either team pulled ahead, or is it just...
It's pretty even. Alchemist is now just farming the jungle. This is the time where EG needs to buy some smokes and try to take some stacks from him. Lina is level 4, 2 points in Dragon Slave. She can easily steal some of the creep. Also, Gyro just hit level 6. If they want to make a move, he can easily rotate as well.
Instantly, Fly and Arteezy were running at this Chen, but it doesn't think they'll be able to do a whole lot.
But you need to buy a smoke and play some...
Oh, No Tail's tipping Fly. Oh no.
Middle tower
Careful.
is under attack.
He saw that gank coming and he says, I see you, buddy. He was using that word to describe
Jarek
it.
is gonna kill that observer ward straight away.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they know that OG's playing so well. They understand how to play with Alchemist. That this goes far back. They already placed an observer ward. The only way to approach is pretty much with the smoke.
Playing Sand King's at level 6. Not going for the epicenter, so
Radiant's
Similar to
middle
the
tower
Tide, but
is
Tide
under
is
attack.
holding a skill point, so if he wants to skill that Ravage, he can. Embers rotate in. Go for that early Sleight of Fist. Doesn't have any points in the Searing Chains, but level 4 Sleight of Fist does a lot of damage. Derek's in some trouble as he gets stunned up. The cooldown follow-up is there, and this should be a kill, but if OG can cut it just to one loss,
It doesn't matter. They can just show on the lanes, try to make something happen with only Jarex being the casualty. I think they're fine with that because the Alchemist is farming.
Absolutely. Got two other lanes being farmed. Seb's just going to use a Burrow Strike to make sure he gets the last hit on the creeps. And S4 getting kind of low here, but has got a casual cloak. Should be just fine. Until perhaps Grim's goes up 3 points in Inkswell. You may Kraken off a stun from the Burrow Strike, but if the Inkswell hits you after that, you could be in trouble. And he's leveled up the Epicenter, so I believe they are looking for a kill up here. They go for this Burrow Strike.
Radiant's middle tower
Saving a
is
point
under attack.
for Ravage. There it is, Phantom.
Didn't get. Oh, they didn't get keep the silence on. They will still get the kill. All right.
Attack is
He
under
used
attack.
Inkswell on the creep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That damage from the
Structure
coming out from the duo. More than enough to get the kill here. Now they're rotating in mid. Thompson has to be a little bit careful here. Does have that 4 points in Sleight of Fist with the fire remnants to get out of there. Going to be another cooldown from Arteezy. He's looking for No-Tail.
Radiant's middle tower
Definitely looking like a dead Chen here. Doesn't have level 6, no Hand of God, but the Sand King shows up from the side, has got the Epicenter of a Burrow Strike. He's defensively asked to keep himself alive. Fly going to take all of that damage here as Seb comes back looking for the OD. He's going to die, but he, in the process, gets the kill for Jarex. Great bit of play coming out from OG, who turn around a bit of over-aggression here. No Searing Chains, level 7 still from the Emperor. Can't stop the TP out, but
They needed a Tide Hunter in that fight.
Radiant
Tide.
are scanning.
The
S4
problem is-
TP'd bottom.
Yep. Yeah, even if you DP mid though, you're playing behind the enemy tier 1 tower, so it's very hard to get there on the map.
Oh, they're gonna get the maybe four. Almost. If Ogre got the stun, they could have gotten the 4 wounds, but I think they're gonna be fine with just 3 of those.
3 is like what you're hoping for. If you do really well, you're getting 4. We'll see another replay of this fight here. Again, Arteezy very gung-ho about just dropping this cooldown the second the hero gets stunned up. It gets these early kills, but see Sumail here, he's coming in from behind, and Tide is still dead. So this fight's broken. If you're Tide Hunter, you're respawning, you feel like you can't get to this fight because it's not near one of your towers. Your team playing behind the enemy lines makes it so hard to get into.
Yeah, they just got the outnumb there. Now Chen is almost level 6, so is he bringing? He already used it.
Alchemist, as far as Radiance time is going, not looking for that 11-12
Radiant's
minute Radiance. He
bottom
did go
tower
for
is under
double
attack.
Bracer and Phase Boots, all the small
Radiant's
items.
bottom tower is
They have a
under
good vision on the Alchemist. 2 deep observer wards placed where near the
Dire's
camps
top
where
tower
Alchemist
is under
loves to
attack.
hang.
Yep. Vision's one thing though, they haven't used that to actually try and gank him just yet.
They're just giving him the mean look.
Yeah. Okay, coming in, the CS4 Thompson. He's hit level 8 now, still not going for Searing Chains, wants to prioritize more defensive build.
Radiant's
Been a Remnant on forward, has got the X-Wall on now. This is not looking good for Fly. The cooldown being used as well. Thompson, Sleight of Fist is there with the Burrow Strike follow-up. They may get S4 as well. He's been silenced up now as well. Has got the Ravage. If he can get rid of the silence, he's not going to get a chance to go for it though. Not sure it would have mattered too much as well, as Arteezy wasn't really in fighting shape there. All of his mana cooldown, and OG.
They're just bringing the numbers. Every single time they have an extra hero, sometimes even 2. And meanwhile, Alchemist is just farming.
Thompson trying to fire Remnant away from this one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looking to go for Arteezy. Sorry for the extra messages. We've got to a third comment. I turned off my Steam, but apparently messages still show up. I don't know what's going on here. Apologies for that. Shout out to her, DOTA2. But as it stands, OG 2k gold lead. This is what you want though. This is the Alchemist stuff. You typically, if you don't have a gold lead with Alchemist around 15 minutes or so in the game, you've struggled in the early game. But they're winning these fights while the Alchemist continues to farm for that Radiance.
Yeah, we still didn't see the Ravage. S4 is not having a good time. 0, 3, and 1 at this point. He can't blink out. Sandstorm is going to cancel it.
Nicely done. They're just finding kills wherever they go, and when you can play this well as a 4-man unit while you've got this hard carry farming, that's like OG in their comfort zone. They love these games where Anna can just, you know, hit creeps, come online in the mid game, and just cause all kinds of problems.
And I love what Thompson was doing. He was just showing on the lanes. He doesn't necessarily need to get a kill or make something happen. He's just buying time for Alchemist because his laning stage was really not the greatest. And he's making a comeback. 4 points in Grievel's Greed. That's gonna be a Radiance. One more creep camp and that's it.
He rate 13.5. Quite maybe the normal fast Alchemist timing you're hoping for, but still very good. And considering how the rest of the game is going with some of these heroes that have been shut down,
Absolutely perfect.
this is
The positioning from Jarex. Jarex is his second name is Smokebreaker.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Dire structures
managed to prevent another EG rotation. It just feels like OG have this sixth sense right now for all these rotations coming in.
A lot of the wards from OG from the early start. They're reading the map so well. Now they have that Radiance. It's go time. Sanking has a Blink Dagger. They instantly...
Dire are scanning.
But at the same time, EG. Talk about OG reading EG's movements. It goes both ways. They dire scan. They see this movement coming. Will they try and bait and take this fight? They need the tide. The Ravage is coming. It's not quite here in time, perhaps. Ortiz is going to be careful. He's going to go down. He does not have a BKB yet. Tide's rotated in from the side, but they're going to throw the Ravage. Hit several. They kill off No-Tail. He instantly buys back to come back in this fight. No-Tail will be TPing back in as Thompson in the front lines with that flame gun. He's just so damn tanky, and the slide of this man does so much damage at this stage of the game. They're going to look for a fourth kill here. They want S4, and there's just nothing EG can do to win this one. Another Burrow Strike from 7. They're going to finish off S4 as well.
Sumail bails them. He just TP stopped to pick up at least the bounty runes because this
fight
didn't go well.
He's
already used the Blink Dagger and Astral. He's dead.
Yeah. He may have gotten a bounty rune. I mean, he's getting some tips. OG, 4K gold lead. They just completely team wiped EG. They killed every single hero in the game.
Bottom lane.
They will lose Jarex. He gets caught, left behind, but ultimately that is a support. Mr. Smokebreaker himself. Sometimes you die for those smoke breaks.
Yeah, really well played by OG. They use the Inkswell on a Sanking. He blinks in, finds the Gyrocopter before he could get any spells off. And this is where the damage comes from. OD was also not in that fight. He didn't use a single spell. Once Alchemist gets a BKB, that's gonna be so tough to play. And Chen immediately buybacks after he dies, uses Hand of God, and even gets a double kill with his creep.
I mean, this is why I think a lot of people expected Chen to be one of the most banned heroes of this tournament. It just provides so much, and it's such a nuisance from this 5-position role. When you combine it with other healing sources like the Alchemist Chemical Rage,
Radiant
it just buffs up these heals so much.
Lina is level 10 with the cast range talent. Also has an urn. I was thinking about Spirit Vessel, but I mean, it's not going to be that effective against Alchemist because he's going to have 2 ways of dispelling it with Chemical Rage, BKB. Alchemists don't go for Manta styles anymore. If you check the talents, they usually go for attack speed, the damage. They even go for Cleave. You and me discussed about it. Cleave is kind of a substitution. If you get 6 slotted, then you can sell the Radiance.
Yeah, you don't really want to have that Radiance when you go into like those late game stages of the game. It just doesn't feel like this carry build. It's like the old school Radiance Manta Octarine that split pushes and causes problems. You want to have this build where you can actually kill people, which is more what we're seeing now with this BKB, Blink, Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, so you just blink on someone with the Chemical Rage. You have a really good positioning with the Blink Dagger, of course. Yep. The Bash. Insanely good against the BKB. Yep. Easier right now, they need those 2 BKBs. OD he has a recipe. Gyrocopter getting closer, 600 gold away from it. The timing from OG, insanely good. BKB is up on Alchemist. They want to make something happen.
Yeah, they blink in with the stun, the bar strike. They want to burst down fly here. It is just an ogre matchup, but in the back lines, They're going to throw out a Ravage here, trying to turn this one around here, but Thompson was inside the Astral, so he doesn't get hit by this. Ogre going to buy back, going to try and take this fight, but Thompson's just charging it forward. He remnants in aggressively, using the Sleight of Fist, constantly just nuking everyone
Sam's
down.
gonna go in.
Epicenter with the blink in as well. Who's he going for? He splits the target. Tanner with the BKB takes out the leader, changes targets, going to get dieback from Fly's Ogre. He goes down, and Seb's not done with S4. That's 4 dead. Seb gets hit by his teammate as OG roll over EG. 4 heroes dead.
That's actually 5 dead because Ogre bought back and died instantly. And OG's not gonna stop. They're might even threaten the high ground. Arteezy does not have a cooldown. Black Cannon is on the cooldown as well, but they're pinging Roche.
It was this race to BKB. Ana getting his BKB before Arteezy's gyrocopter just makes it so hard for Arteezy and EG to take these fights.
Yeah, he understands that he does not need a Blink Dagger this early on. BKB is so much more valuable because they don't have anything that goes through the BKB at the moment. And the amount of heal that they have with Chen's Aura, Chemical Rage, the extra 20% increased healing, plus a Hand of God. Also Vlad and Chen. EG can't take this fight.
They have all the team fight items. EG have rotated in, but the Alk has already helped secure them an Aegis. Thompson picking that one up as they are looking to just finish off S4 and the rest of EG, I think, realizing this is not a fight they want to take. And the problem is, Ravage is a long cooldown to play around. OG can just go take a fight now. We're only 19 minutes in, but they may even threaten high ground.
And Jarek's got Brown Boots, Lotus Orb, disassembled, Mana Boots. It's insanely good against the Gyrocopter. He can't use a homing missile against Ogre, against Lina, even Astral. They have so many single target spells that they can echo.
Yeah, so we're just going to see them like pop this on the Alchemist and let him frontline, I imagine, at this point. Such a strong item to have this early in the game. And a very unconventional build, but one that makes so much sense right now.
Scanning.
Thompson takes bounty runes, and this time it is OG for bounty runes. That is a very big sign of how this game has changed. EG were, 5, 10, 15 minutes in
they
getting...
found crit on the bottom lane. He was just trying to split, push the wave, hide in the trees.
Yep. He's going to do what damage he can, but I think he knows he has got no real escape unless he jukes, and he will do so. Thompson actually has... Oh, yep, missed that Sleight of Fist. All right, crit gets out of there. Managed to maneuver his way through the trees, getting out of there, but Arteezy not so lucky. He goes down top. That was with the BKB. Seb, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, completed Pipe of Insight. So all of this AoE magic damage, which is Gyro's primary source of damage since he's got just phase BKB, is going to be heavily negated by this fight.
One thing I always liked about Seb is his itemization. He understands it to a next level. When he was playing Mag, getting a Guardian Greave before a Blink Dagger, same goes for Pipe. And this Pipe will mitigate a ton of the magical damage that they have. Against the cooldown, against Rocket Barrage, Lina, it's looking all OG. Actually, it's 17,000 net for them.
At 21 minutes too. OG are playing such good Dota right now.
Now you can quote me on this one. The game is over when you have 1,000 gold lead per minute.
Yeah, well, they're not there yet. They have a bit more to go. As they are looking to just break onto the higher ground. And there's just so little you can do. S4 does have Ravage back up. He's going to have to try and find some way into this fight to go for good Ravage. It's going to be just walking on in. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger or anything. And OG just going to stand here and hit some buildings. The Sleight of Fist spam is just zoning them away. Arteezy may have a BKB, but he's already half health. He doesn't want to fight. With the constant chip damage coming out from Sleight of Fist, from the Stroke of Fate, from the Grimstock, those long-range AoE nukes just make it so difficult for EG to take a fight.
They can kill the shrines right now. Alchemist already TP'd bottom to push out the wave. Will be TP'd back if they want to take a fight with the Chen. He almost has enough gold to buy a full AC.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
That is very scary. I mean, you compare Ana's net worth to his counterpart, the Arteezy Gyrocopter, and it is night and day. A carry hero Gyro that's known for kind of dominating and coming online in the early to mid game has struggled to have an impact this game with the...
It's one of those smokes, guys, we've got to do something because we know we're in a bad spot. If we lose another fight, the game just ends.
Yeah. But OG playing on the other side of the map. The Alchemist was down there, but they're using this Chen recall to just maneuver around the map, and now it's OG who are in their way down bottom. I think having an idea of where EG are playing on the map. There's a couple of towers down here they may want to go for as well. A tier 1 and a tier 2. Arteezy playing a bit greedy, going for another creep wave. He may just have to BKB TP out. He gets caught by an unstable concoction. Burrow strike follow-up, and Arteezy is done for. Quick and easy kill. Crit just TPs out, leaving Arteezy to die, as he should have. There's no saving his life once he gets caught by that unstable concoction. And OG is just going to run down this bottom lane. Seb hunting them,
trying to find something.
He knows there's just no way EG can fight him. He's also unkillable with this 1800 health pipe 4-star blink. Yeah, OG, what's the answer here? You mentioned 1k gold per minute advantage. We're about to get there. This tier 2 tower is going to probably take this up to about 23k gold lead. And it's DOTA plus 99%. EG,
it's not
what
bugged.
is the 1%?
Yesterday we had some bugs with 100%.
Well, there's 1% for EG, and they're going to have to dig deep to figure out where that 1% is. It is looking mighty difficult. They're going out, and he can't get the BKB off in time. He's getting chainsaw. This is the 1%. They take out the Alchemist. They start the fight off with a great kill on Alka. They're going to repel OG here. Aegis expires as well. EG had picked their timing perfectly as the BKB gyrocopter goes charging in. They're going to take out the Sand King of Seb as well. And that's the turn EG were looking for. That's
what
the high
a ravage from
defense.
S4. The timing on that ulti was absolutely perfect. Man, he couldn't get the BKB up. Maybe OG execution there was a bit sloppy. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that fight again, but ooh, there it is.
It was, yep.
And the Lina stun from Fog, yeah, Lance and cast range talent.
You just don't see it coming. That is the power of this Lina build and why this hero is being played a lot as a 4. It reminds me a lot of like the 4-position Shaman with 8 lanes, where you're just able to stun or hex people in Shaman's case from Fog and they can't get BKBs off. Having these heroes that can play against BKBs from a support role is just so nice. Bounty runes being somewhat contested as EG managed to secure down bottom. Thompson's rotated in. There's no BKB. It's on cooldown for 5 seconds, but with the defensive Astral, he should be able to get this off. Anna was looking for a stump, but the blink away from Sumail is there, but he's still getting very, very low. A couple of Sleight of Fists could finish him off. Doesn't look like Ember wants to chase. I think OG maybe learning to, you know, take their foot off the gas for a little bit here.
They're still in a really good spot. Ravage is on cooldown for another minute. Roche may respawn in a minute and a half.
Yep.
I expect them to make a move. They already killed the shrines, so they can't be backstabbed unless they use a smoke.
By the way, Anna has an Ag Scepter queued up, and this Ember Spirit of Tops, I imagine, is the recipient. He had Ags himself queued to build, but now he's like, no, I'm not getting Ags. I'm going for a fast Octarine core. Maelstrom Octarine is not your everyday Ember build, but if you throw in a pulled Aghanim Scepter, he's going to be incredibly scary and come online so fast.
Yeah. Anna only needs 1,000 gold to buy that Aghanim Scepter.
He's already got the point booster, so he's committing. I think they're basically trying to turn this Ember suddenly into this basically late game hero. When you can have Aghanim Scepter with Octarine core, Deuce cooldown is going to be so scary.
I mean, they can play it safe. If they don't have to rush anything, Ravage is going to be ready once again, so they can just wait for the next Roche, get the Aegis and cheese.
Gee, 21k gold lead. But you've got to be careful. That unsuccessful high ground push definitely probably put some doubts in their minds as to just how secure this game is.
EG has no big items coming on their side. OD has only Mystic Staff. Still a lot of time to buy that Hex. Same goes for Gyro. They're just saving the buyback for now.
That is the big item I feel that EG can use to turn this game. To play against like the BKB of the Alchemist and also to actually lock down and kill the Ember Spirit. Having this OD Hex would be massive for them, but it is still 2k plus gold away.
Dire
Only needs 700 gold for it.
That's crazy. I think, yeah, this... I mean, it's 4th position, it's Jerax. He does get more farm than, you know, your everyday support, but he's going to have a Hex before the OD does. And he's got these 2 items that can have such a heavy impact on a team fight.
Jerax is not happy about those mud golems.
For something. He's going to stack some Ancients as well as the Mud Golem.
Well, I know who's going to be happy about Mud Golem. Alchemist.
Oh, yeah. Didn't get that stack, but he did get the Ancients. There we go. Yeah, I believe he pulled the Acceptor. Ember, level 17 only. Doesn't have the full 300 damage fire remnants yet.
And smoke from EG.
Well, yeah, they're worried about, imagine a Roshan, which can respawn any time now. So neither team knows when Roshan's respawning. But EG are worried that they're in the pit. Chen Creep scouting it out. Oh,
they know where they are. They saw that one.
Yeah.
It's being pinged out by Chen.
That Chen Creep was right next to that D ward happening, and most teams will notice that sentry ward randomly go missing from their map. So going for that D sentry while smoke, not what you want to do maybe.
Ember Spirit just scouting things out with Arcane Rune and Axe.
Oh, that's so cheeky. And now Thompson, he's maybe going to look to pick off Fly here. They throw him with the Blink Ravage. Can they actually bring down the Ember Spirit? Let's see, the Chen heals isn't going to be enough. They take out Thompson. Instantly buys back. Arteezy's already in with the Flat Hand and the BKB. He's going to delete the Sankey. Buybacks from OG. They want to take this fight. And with Anna's BKB on Alchemist, they should be able to have this one. Anna, can he stun off Arteezy? He jukes in the trees. Finds a new target. Can he blink out of this one? He gets Burrow Strike. The timing from Seb is perfect. As OG, they had to commit a couple of buybacks, but they do come out on top. And with Ravage down, with BKB Gyro down, I imagine they feel like they can actually break the high ground here. Look at Ember Spirit. He's just gone all in. Seb follows up 2-man Burrow Strike. Arteezy's got no BKB to defend himself. Zoommail, he's fought back. He uses defensive Astral, but I don't imagine Arteezy's got much of an escape. As soon as he comes out, he's popped like a pinata. Instantly has to buy back, but Anna,
Gyro should be
back off.
I mean, Alchemist should be careful. He has a TP and Chen can recall him easily.
Maybe waiting for Chemical Rage, or perhaps just waiting for Roshan. They are still scouting this out. It's almost a max respawn, so I think they're going to be headed to this pit, knowing that it basically has to respawn soon. And they're also headed back because 4 bounty runes. Yeah, you've got out.
Bounties with Alc. Easy peasy. That's a Hex purchased on Jerax. And they need to give this...
EG contest this. I don't think they can.
And they need to give Aegis the Ember Spirit. He was playing a bit too aggressive, but he knows that he has a buyback as Remnant in the fight. He can easily come back into a fight with EG.
Yeah, they're coming. Are they going to go for a steal? S4 Mayfield has to. He doesn't have Ravage, but he's too late. The second he sees the Roche die and he's not ready to steal it, EG have to disengage. Man, this game is slipping further and further away. Lacoste, we're at that point. 31k gold in 30 minutes.
Back it up.
The 1k gold minute. That's Alchemist in a nutshell for you. This hero's rate of farm is absolutely insane. You give him this kind of freedom.
And that's a full Abyssal Blade. He's not even saving for a buyback here. Has a cheese in his backpack.
I mean, you talk about openings and the 1% chance for EG to win this game. That feels like one of those openings to win the game. And Alc not having buyback, not having Aegis as well. I mean, you give the Aegis to Ember because buyback's down, but...
It doesn't matter if he has a buyback or not at this point, since EG has no tower damage whatsoever. They have Gyro and OD. And they still have a tier 1 tower on mid.
Yeah, if they mess up a fight, you're not going to lose your base for it, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah. You're not going to even lose racks. You can't lose one.
Position, Blink, Fire Strike. He just forces out. He's trying to bait some spells here. Thompson forces up as well with the Sleight of Fist. Just trying to see what they can force out here. But back in the mid lane, Alchemist, he's gone in with a big Bleach BKB. He's going on Creek here. The right clicks with the BKB is going to be enough. And now Arteezy in trouble. He's been Abyssal Bladed up. He's locked in place. Where's the Bashes? Says Anna. He doesn't quite find it. The Ravage is there. And Anna, he's got no buyback. He's going to be so careful not to go down here. But he's got so much health regen from the Chemical Rain. Sumail's wailing away on him. The right clicks is the Eclipse going to be enough. He doesn't have the damage. The cheese is there. And now Sumail getting bashed up. Stuns fall up. And GG. EG drop game 1 of this 2-game series.
OG, they played so well after the lane. Just setting up the wards, de-warding their jungle so Alchemist can get his farm. His lane stage was really not that great, but they managed to, I'm not going to say come back, but give enough farm to Alchemist. And that fight at tier 1 tower where they got outnumbered and one fight after were actually crucial.
Yeah, I mean, OG were just winning so many fights while the Alchemist farm. Yeah, normally what's expected
Never
They
mind.
spotted him on the opposite side. We defeat.
Radiant are scanning.
So that's the frustrating thing with trying to pop this Lincoln. Sorry, there with them. You can't long range. You're trying to think of long range stick. That's the heavy neck. That.
My waters rise.
Yeah, that's a real point. One chase down, Echo Slam down, he is done. Rocky get killed.
Taken by the undertow.
Happens so fast. Whether it's the back mighty duck.
I was thinking Battletoads. You know, it's
The other
any iconic video game duo. Just put them together, guys.
test what's left is how do they bring high ground? Why? Found Pasha. Forward, fissure block. Oh, just right on the edge. Another fissure landing out. No, for a moment, but he turns, finds that kill on a solo, chasing forward for more. Lord have mercy, paparazzi is in your face. Get away, though. Oh god, but the immense damage coming from Yang, even after we deal with the war plays. Okay, good more step forward. No, Flame's not gonna get paparazzi. He keeps doing it to Vader. And they're able to kill him off. Alright, 3 hit already. They went too forward, now they find Yang as well. All of Brim's Pro chasing forward, and it's triple kill.
It is killable. I can't believe it. Man, that Earth Splitter just 3,700 damage from ET. Thank you for catering. Okay. Right.
They did a lot. They have buyback on them. Does show that far still.
He took 901 physical damage from the Splitter and 789 magical. That is 1,700 damage from him.
The aura on top of them. Now, buyback. Top he finds it. He wants to chase that, wants to take the ball down. The fissure connects, found himself another. Pasha trying to run away. Can they run him down the Ori? They jump back in a second. Buyback now on the ET chasing forward for Ramsey. He's going to punch when they find that kill as well. Way more not doing much, and no one taking the shot. Rod taking the shot. They try and kill off Ori, and they will get the reason. But the buyback comes out immediately. Triple kill for paparazzi. This man smells blood. Wants to find the ET. He did so much damage to me earlier, but I'm going to get and you off as well. No one turned upon Fear, but paparazzi, he's not afraid anymore, and he turns now onto Pasha. Wants to chase down this Kunkka and collect his rampage. But this doesn't happen. No, he's not Earthshaker anymore.
No, he's back.
He's back again in Earthshaker. The switch back forward, find the rampage. Paparazzi have mercy. Where's that clear?
Siphon up Ori.
Oh, he just won.
Paparazzi changed up his fight style in that last game. He stopped using the Enchantum to chase himself, and he waited until his allies were giving him some drop down wards until that fight. You saw Fade jumping in instead. So Paparazzi, the Enchantum was actually on cooldown for several seconds. It's very surprised. He's waiting for guaranteed lockdown for that moment. Like, he's gonna be there in time. He's gonna get the finish. And that's how they got Ramsey. Just so quick in that one.
12,000 damage in 60 seconds. It ain't a joke.
Oh, no one's doing everything he can. He's got the AoE Shadow Strike. He's got the ultimate here. The ultimate
Right, if he finishes this one off, they're gonna have to
matters for Morphling.
True, that is a problem.
I'm surprised they're stopping.
Wait, they got another one. No, he got the second wave again.
Yeah, but they, I mean, they're just gonna take Roche and call it super safe, but.
Gary, buyback right now is open. They need to kill off the rest. They still have it. Yeah, that's true. That's what they need to do. Shaker. He doesn't have buyback. He takes back into the fight. Roche, I think, play, but it also leaves more opportunities. Paparazzi.
Dire
Buyback.
are scanning.
No one with a 6 play there though.
He's got the agent. He had 20k damage. Checked at, I don't even know what it was now. But now he's doubled at the 40k.
Our man is not messing.
Crit shaker? No, is that what you just told me?
So,
Yeah, that's his it. That is a crit shaker. That's cool. I love playing 2.
Fade! Fade! Where are you?
Losing it.
Buyback again is up there for the open. Actually relevant.
For the thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and even having the lockdown. Lock down that.
Double damage.
That is higher than I would have expected.
He's got
For
a
Virtus Pro, I mean.
Oh god, he's got a DD. Oh no, this is not good. He's got a DD ramp. He's gonna get ran as the punch comes through. Daedalus talks to Ori on the middle of all of them. Walks forward, Ramses. You don't get through the air. You want to go Ramses. They do it in time, but I think the answer is yes. It's the waveform double kill, and Roger, the one left alive here off to the side, is gonna get pummeled by Fade. Paparazzi turns on to Pasha, somewhat low, but I don't think it's gonna matter as GG is called.
Don't have to come into submission.
Unbelievable.
Necessary.
Oh, what a
Oh, that was dirty. They straight up.
Chris is able to get away from Magical, who's now getting skewered back by Schofield, bringing them away from Chris Luck, away from the carries, but not away from Hector, who's surrounded by 4. He will get Abyssal bladed up. Now he's dead. Whisper's trying to get out, but no snowball for him. He's going to get beaten down by Crystallize. No buyback on Hector. No buyback on Tusk. Infamous are going to have to hold here 3 versus 5.
And I can't believe they decided to continue to go for it. It was a nice RP, but so many heroes were up on the side of Na'Vi. Infamous trying to just push it a little bit too far. That's sort of been their motto this entire game. Yeah. And now with 5 Na'Vi heroes up, they did have to pop buyback, but they know that there's none up on the side of Infamous.
They have the only buyback in the game is Chris Luck right now, and he actually had enough that he just bought a Moon Shard and still has that buyback. And he's got tons of stats still.
And you see the Shadow Demon. I mean, trying to place out wards right now. Maybe he thought that there was, by chance, a bounty rune. He was trying to get it back for Whisper.
Yeah, 170 gold. That's all he needed.
That was one of those missions where, I mean, that ward doesn't really do anything.
Schofield right? Trying to get the skewer back, misses.
He also doesn't have a buyback, of course, just used it, and they're going to send in their one hero that does.
He's going to try and get a little bit of stat sealing onto Crystallized and force out the False Promise. That's a good start to this fight, especially with Magical being slowed down. It gets Abyssal bladed up, but the BKB protects him, and now the Shadow Demon's gone out of this fight as well. 2 versus 5. Chris Luck bringing more and more stats. 87 agility being stolen. You can see how quickly he's able to do damage to Crystallize, but he's just going to go in and out, poke and prod at him. There's the skewer onto Crystallize. Blizzy trying to protect him, breaks the linkage, but the BKB is activated by Chris Luck. They won't be able to chain stun him, and they have to get out. Crystallize blinks backwards, does get the Abyss Blade onto Blizzy, looking to be able to lock down that hero. He actually gets hit by the snowball. They don't have the vision. He'll be able to go for it, and Whispers in deep. He has the BKB, trying to chase down any hero. Look for a Walrus Punch. He's forced to use it on the Broodmother instead. Infamous have to back up. No, they're going to keep going. And Saneko's out of position. Crystallize finds another one. They've stolen so many stats that Na'Vi, they have to retreat. This Slark is a menace in Schofield.
114 Agi right now. They're going to have to back out from this completely. They retreat in time so they don't lose any further heroes, but they bought enough time where they can play around this last set of racks. It doesn't have any defense for it with any sort of tier 3 up.
And that is so scary against a Broodmother too.
But they've held the game so far, and that's what matters right now, Cap.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi, they did such a good job of getting out there. That was discipline. That is what Infamous needs.
Yes.
Na'Vi is a team with discipline.
Wait, there's a gem up. Okay. Grislock gets a gem.
I mean, both teams right now playing their hearts out. I like that both teams are also playing for the win right now, though.
Yeah.
It's making this incredibly fun.
Aeon Disc for Crystallize. He saw how much he's getting chunked by Chris Luck. And he may not be able to depend on this Oracle for the next fight as he's down for 60 seconds. So without that false promise, he has to have a way to be able to reset.
The false promise has been instrumental in saving him against the 2 cores. And now K1, Hector, just beating on this melee racks. This bottom rack's being pinged out too. They're going to split their attention, try to force Na'Vi into a fight. You can see that Na'Vi, they don't want to take an engagement 4-on-5. They don't have the buybacks on the cores.
There is still a tier 2 up in the top lane, so Infamous are not going to be able to go for Megas during this 30 seconds. That the Oracle is down, and I don't think they should really go for tier 4s either.
You don't really know with Infamous, though.
Yeah.
They could just decide to go for it anyways, but Na'Vi, they make the call. They're saying, at worst, we're going to lose. We're just going to make this game even.
Yeah.
And I believe that is the right call by them. Infamous also made the correct call by saying, this time, we've learned we're going to go for the Shrine.
Yeah. And look at the buyback situation right now.
It's become such a... It's just a shit show right now, so nobody has buybacks.
Well, no. Infamous have 4 buybacks.
Yes, but on the side of Na'Vi...
Na'Vi, it's looking terrible.
Na'Vi, that was like their mad rampage. Like, they thought they were going to win the game.
Yeah.
With that, but with so many stats stolen by the Slark, he did such a good job of guerrilla warfare, just hitting in and out, getting away, resetting it. And with how long the stats stay with the level 25 talent, he extended the fight long enough that everyone was able to respawn.
I think that was the same idea behind why they took the 4 versus 5 on Na'Vi's side of the map, was they've stolen so many stats, we can actually fight without the Shadow Demon.
Yes.
You know?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It both loses them 1 fight, but holds them the game, and now Infamous in a good advantage. They've evened out the barracks situation, and they have more buybacks. This is Na'Vi for the next 2-3 minutes. They're very exposed.
So the scary part for Na'Vi in this situation is when Roshan spawns, and if you decide to roll the dice to all in.
Right.
Because that is going to be, that Roshan, it's a cornucopia. It'll give everything.
Yeah.
It's the 4th one of the game. Infamous will all of a sudden have the double RP if they want it. They could get a refresher too for... I actually think it's not a terrible idea to get a refresher on the slot. You give him the Aegis first.
Yeah.
Give him the refresher so that he can full toolkit again.
Yeah.
You get double ulti, double BKB, double Abyssal.
Oh, he's got the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
Did we see that?
Yes.
I did not notice that. That is actually sick.
I actually think that's the play, is to give him the ability to double it up.
Like, he can now use it to, like, protect Hector if Hector gets...
and then you give Whisper the Aghanim's Blessing so that he can kick people away.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's how you itemize the Aegis. I mean, it works for both sides, but it just feels really good on Slark because his ulti comes with its own reset like that.
What about the triple purge for Shadow Demon?
I think there's some value in that, but I feel like the kick away, for example...
It can be sick, but it also can play against you sometimes, you know?
I just think that it's... I'm not sure.
We'll have to see what happens here as Roshan has spawned. And Na'Vi, are they going to take that risk? Are they going to try and contest Roshan, knowing that if they lose that fight, the game's over because they don't have the buybacks?
If they lose, even I will boldly say if Infamous lives with their 2 cores and Na'Vi loses in either of the cores, the game is over.
Yeah.
They don't have enough damage from the other side heroes that they can put out. So this is the awkward spot now. If you're Na'Vi, this is playing for the win.
Now, if Infamous plays really fast, they might be able to get this Roshan and still assault the base while buybacks are down. So maybe Na'Vi needs to try and get inside that pit right now. Epicenter being activated. Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't jump. All right.
Okay, that...
TPN, Sinek. Okay.
Dire structures are...
I actually think that's... without buyback on Sineko, I think that's a close call whether or not you RP there. Because you could just give him the refresher at that point.
Yeah.
He has it, in fact. I actually think it's not a bad idea to Go for it there.
So we have Cheese on Tusk, Aegis on Crystlock.
Radiant's top
Do we see who took the axe Tusk stick? So they agree with you, the Walrus kick.
I think the Walrus kick just has more value. I would agree with you if the SD had like 2 more items. But because he gets popped so fast in every fight that we see anyways, I don't think there's...
They know Hector's not here. They know Hector's not here. That's why they're going to try and initiate a little bit. Blizzy's trying to catch people right now. Crystlock is going to meet anybody who tries to go into this high ground. And it's the Elder Tino to get picked off as he gets the Force Staff away. Ghost Scepter gets pulled back by the Shockwave, and they're going to be forced to use False Promise. It's not that long of a cooldown, but it might be enough that Infamous feel like they can go for the high ground push right now.
Infamous are insane. The fact that they're risking their game on a 3-on-5 in that position, like, yes, I understand that your Slark's very strong there, but it's still really scary not having one of your main cores and the other one is going back from base, and they're still playing aggressively. I mean, I appreciate it.
bottom shrine is
It's
under
almost like
attack.
Navi's like a slightly less YOLO version of them. It's some sort of like weird stylistic clash. Like maybe this is just the best series that we get to cast during this group.
Yeah, that could be. This is the second Na'Vi series that we've cast, in the OG versus Na'Vi one was quite entertaining.
Na'Vi is a fun team.
Yeah.
I think they just bring out the team fight in people.
Okay. Level 25 coming in for Tusk. You go for the 15%? Walrus punch it up?
I don't know how many times you're actually going to hit them.
I don't know either, but I don't know how good 7 seconds of snowball cooldown.
Maybe if it was like 12, I could see value in that. 7 is kind of
pretty low.
Yeah,
it only goes down to 11-second cooldown.
That's not that. The problem with both talents for him right now is that he doesn't live long enough to cast either of them, really. That's the real issue here.
But if you believe in the RNG, you might just be able to go in, Walrus punch somebody, and then right-click them and get a Walrus punch again.
If you believe in it.
And he's going to go for it. He believes in it.
You can achieve.
He believes in the 15%. All right, so they don't have buyback on Whisper. He actually, because of his buyout.
You say Whisper never has buyback.
Yeah.
He's had a rough one.
That's super weird.
Yo, they dropped the double ward too. They've created the eyes.
Oh, they're going to be able to make the initiation on Hector, and he's actually getting beamed down too fast, but there's the disruption to be able to save him. Oh, Schofield didn't actually get the blink out Whisper. He's going to try and finish up Blizzy. Does manage to get him the Burrow Strike, trying to get him away. The kick out on the Alchemist. Whisper, he's going to be able to get out. No, he's side-to-feist up.
Oh, man, I can't believe he decided to try to go for the TP on the Lifestealer. That was... He was in the middle of 5 heroes. There's a basher on the out.
And Crystlock is going for pickoffs right now. At the same time, he's just lost 2 people. He was bottom lane, by the way, when that fight started.
That's... Infamous is just pushing their luck way too much.
Oh, this is stressing me out, Blitz.
The thing is like, Infamous is actually outplaying them, but then they'll do something that resets the game. And then Na'Vi is a very disciplined team, so they're taking these moments to just say, all right, well, I guess.
Every single time, like, Lifestealer's bottom, let's try and fight. Slark is bottom, let's try and go for a fight again.
Na'Vi make, like, the technical decision every time.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Crystlock is just trying to make single-handed plays, which he's going off a lot of these times, trying to get the pick off on Sineko, misses there. Slark does have the Aegis as well as BKB. He's got his pounce coming up as well as Dark Pact. It's so hard to be able to lock down this hero, as you could see. He threw out the Abyssal Blade, doesn't quite get him. Zayak force staffing forward, trying to get himself in position for a good spirit and to stomp. But Crystlock managed to pounce onto the high ground, so he's going to be good. Crystallized.
He just goes to the farm. He actually just stopped
himself.
the farm.
He really did.
Oh, man, this team's... They're funny.
I mean, I watched the Lifestealer die in Tusk, and I look over to Crystlock, and he's farming neutrals. He's like...
You know what this team is? They play with, like, a flair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a definite flair. I actually love both these teams. They might actually be my favorites at the tournament just to cast.
Crystlock. No Lifestealer, no problem.
He's just running at people,
man.
1v5.
He's saying, I don't care. You guys 1v5 can't lock me down, but he gets hit for a burst strike, forced out the BKB.
He's still going for it.
He's not backing down. Apparently not. He's going to Dark Pact. There goes the Lincolns. Doesn't have a BKB. Blizzy almost caught Schofield in that same position again. And he's going to hit some creeps. He knows Blizzy's up here.
His team is fighting on this left side here. He no longer has
Broke the Lincolns, managed to get the Burrow Strike, but the Dark Pact was there. Crystallized, stuns himself and Infamous. They're going to come back in. Whisper Whisper's looking for his opening. He's going to go for Magical. That's going to be the Aeon Disc popped as both of the cores are now going to turn and fight. Magical trying to get away from Whisper. Schofield being hit by the range right now is unable to blink in. Snako has an Aeon Disc himself. As well as Ghost Scepter. That's going to buy him some time. Where is he going to use that false promise? Actually already used it. Be able to protect one of the cores. Crystallizes now managed to bring down the Magus. No RP here. It gets kicked away. Now he's isolated. That's exactly why Crystalline and Hector run down to the river and make sure that he's going to be finished off. And now they march towards the base. They've blown their buybacks. They want Na'Vi to do the same here. Is they're going to be able to find Zai. Have beautiful ice shards. But a Force Staff over. Gets him a little bit farther away from Crystalline. Back to the base. Back to safety as he goes. Blizzy, meanwhile, cutting creep waves. Wants to make sure that they don't have to blow the buyback, but they do.
And that's going to be all the buybacks now out. From the side of Na'Vi, aside from the Brood, right? He still has it?
Brood has a buyback. Blizzy also has his buyback on the same
Look
king.
at the buyback status of this game right now. 4 people have buyback.
Buyback on Lifestealer, buyback on Slark. So Infamous definitely have their buybacks on the most important heroes left.
But for Na'Vi, I mean, Crystallize not having it is so massive.
Yeah.
They've got to play so careful here.
Oh, trying to go for the Brutal Strike. Immediately gets Walrus punched up. Yule Scepter on himself. Doesn't have Sandstorm. Has a blink. Unable to get it off in time. Goes to the blade. He's have to go with RP. Magical trying to go in deep, but Schofield pops a Refresher. Has a second RP to be able to lay it down, but he doesn't have to because the Abyssal Blade. They have another buyback. This is going to be one of the last buybacks coming out from Na'Vi right now.
They still have the buyback.
He has it. And Infamous not overextending themselves. Just going for the objectives.
They have RP. They want to take this fight. They have RP.
They have RP with the Refresher used by Schofield. He can go back in.
Out of mana.
That's why Na'Vi are trying to actually separate so much, but Schofield doesn't actually have a whole lot of mana to work with right now. Whisper immediately jumping on a Blizzy. Blizzy trying to make his initiation once again. He's He's going to activate the chase, but it doesn't matter. 100% to 0. Instantly, his Whisper punches him up and down he goes. Seneko forced to use the false promise on himself. Hector forces that out of him, then turns back into the Magus. Aeon just getting popped by Crystalite. They're going to go for this melee rash, but they still had the glyph the entire time. Na'Vi held on to that one, but they have to take the 4 versus 5, and Chris Luck and the rest of Infamous know it too. They see the opportunity. They're going to be able to get the Magus on Stomp, landing on it too, but Hector has the range to be able to slow down Crystallize. He can't quite get on top of Chris Luck in time. The Dark Pack protects him, gets in front of him though, managed to get the Abyssal Blade, blocked down the Slark. He's dead. Same goes with Whisper. 2 dead, 3 dead actually on the side of Infamous. 2 of them have buyback though.
And there was no mana the entire time on the Magnus. He had so many different opportunities. I think Magical actually saves the game by hitting him twice.
Yeah.
With the Diffusal Blade, burns just enough mana to keep Schofield more or less useless in that engagement, but he does pick up an Invis rune. They don't have any sort of detection right now, Cap.
Yeah, and this is nasty because Na'Vi feel like they're in a situation.
This is an all-in for them.
They have to force the buyback and thinking that once the buyback goes down, they're going to try and retreat, but they're probably going to be caught by Schofield.
This is such a timely rune for them. As they're pinging towards this bottom lane, there's no boots of travel on the ET, so this is a pure 4-man situation.
They have to be able to create an opening where Magical can sneak in and finish up the Megas.
They really want to force the buyback on the Slark, though.
Absolutely.
They cannot afford to get out of this situation without forcing the buyback on the Slark. Otherwise, Infamous will just reset and go for it again. But they might have no choice here. With only 40 seconds, they don't feel comfortable going for this. They know that the Refresher was popped on this Magnus, so he has RP. They're saying going to dissuade them. They're going to play Megas.
Yeah, the buyback on Whisper is all we can force out of them. We can't go for more. And Infamous, now they're just left in a situation, control the map, go for that next Roshan, which is up in 40 seconds. That could still lose Infamous or Na'Vi the game, that fight around the Roshan pit.
Yes. The thing about Infamous's lineup is they still need that backline support to be there for control in the late game. So what Na'Vi needs to do is actually ignore the heroes that they know have buyback. Go for the supports, the ST and the Mag as soon as you can. If you can ride out that wave and force some sort of like 2-on-4 situation, that is the ideal play for Na'Vi right now.
And that's why Magical keeps doing what
the gems and the wards are trying to wear a little bit thin.
Yeah.
Especially if one of the supports go down.
Haven't quite managed to close it up.
My god. Alright, there they go.
That's the first and only available buyback. Only 20 seconds now for the full lineup to be back in the game. They'll have to probably concede a second set of racks here mid.
Do they just go tier 4s? Or do they just go for the megas? They're going for tier 4s. They have a DD on Ace.
And they take these
They kill it very fast.
quick. Song will slow it. They are very grouped up. ISSO's not wanting to poke the rush out. PPD popping the BKB ward.
Zoning them out.
They got the full 5 out. Oh, the multi-card text! It gets the 2 of them! The death one as well! It's up for 33! Arben did will finally close up a 70k gold league victory. They'll get it. They'll finish the game. They'll win the game. What a game it was. Fnatic nearly able to hold on.
Your turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Is he going to get killed here by Sumail? The decrypt is there. The Nether Blast. One or two more right clicks. Thompson has a Tango. He tried to go for the tree block. Oh, that would have been so good if it worked.
Ember Spirit had a Quelling Blade, so I don't think that would have mattered. And now Ember Spirit has enough money to buy a bottle after this creep.
Doesn't have to go for that suicide to tap.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Get your rotors running!
Prepare for battle.
Bingo! Repositioning!
"30 seconds to battle.
Affirmative! Sir!
The battle begins.
So much for my retirement! Speak up! Yeah. rotating! Quit your mumbling! Hot damn! Diverting! What's that? What's that? I wonder if this thing can do a back. I have visual! Turn and burn! This ain't yours! What's that? Sir! Gonna break your beak! Come here, you! What's that? Yes, sir! Affirmative! Deploying! Boola boola! Got my bearings. Trajectory confirmed. Rocket barrage! Yes, sir! All systems nominal. Maneuvering. Engaging. Open fire! Roger. Fireworks! Engaging. Wilco. Bang, bang, bang! What? Come on! What?
Pag seconds, pakita na to. Seconds.
Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Alchemist.
Prepare for battle.
Okie dokie. Yep.
I heard you.
Yes!
30 seconds
You
to
got it.
battle. The battle begins.
You're the boss.
Stir it up! Watch where you're going!
Whatever you say.
Hey! You're making me spill! Now we're cooking!
Watch your heels.
Okay! You have
No. Huh?
decanting! Sounds like a plan! Watch your step! Over there! Pass it in the hole! Let's go! Easy now! This stuff is explosive! Shake it!
First blood. I'm going.
Fight is tough without a gun, isn't it?
That away! Go, go, go! Mixing it up!
Don't make me go there. Okay.
Illusion! Greed is good! Hold it up!
All right already.
Tiptoe now! You're shaking my brew!
Dire's structures are fortified.
Watch your head! Yes!
I felt that too.
Pour it on!
Yeah.
More! Yeah! Watch where you're going.
That stuff stinks.
Hell's Gates! Sounds like a plan. Yes!
Denied.
Stir it up!
Okay.
That stuff burns! This stuff really works!
I heard it.
Easy now! This stuff is explosive! Pour it on!
You're the boss.
Go, go, go! It can be! That away! Toxic spill! You should have been in this.
Sorry, do you know? Oh, I don't want to walk in that.
Yes.
Stop kicking me. Here we go.
Incoming. Pick it up. Cocktail time. Attack. Ride. Yeah.
Watch your heat.
I've got the stuff over there.
Huh?
This clean up your armor. You heard him.
Come on, boss.
Don't hold back. Tiptoe now. You're shaking my brew.
Not so bad.
time yet.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Must have mixed up the formula.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Huh?
That was unqualified.
Won't make me go there.
Okay.
All right already.
Watch your step. We'll take that line.
Selfish. Yeah.
This will do nicely.
Haste.
Whatever you say.
You've got it. Hey, you're making me spill. Incoming. Yep.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Let's go.
Your top tower is under attack.
Come on, boss.
Your top tower is under attack.
Sick of cow.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Kill.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has
Failure
fallen.
is just another kind of success. The wrong kind.
Your middle tower is under
Here we
attack.
come.
I don't want to walk in that.
Your middle tower is under attack.
One for me.
Boy, fresh night. Get away, sick.
Watch your step. Watch your head.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Take some punches. Stop kicking me.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Hey,
Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Go, go, go.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your top tower has denied. Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
It can't be. You drive for a while.
Watch your heels. You're the boss.
Your middle tower is under attack.
That away. You heard him.
Not go there.
We're under attack. Little bit of this, little bit of that. One for you.
Thanks. Huh?
Let's get him. We'll take that. Where are you?
Monster kill.
Let's learn from our failures. Let's go. That stuff burns.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Gimme, gimme. Okie dokie.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Stir it up.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I know you are, but what am I? We're back! Yep. Giddy up!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes!
I'm going.
Phase boots!
Finally, new shoes.
More!
I'll get right
Yeah! Ah! Formula Racing!
Dire's structures are fortified.
on it.
Hold your nose! Yes! Take it! Easy now! This stuff is explosive!
Okay. Fresh meat.
Mixing it up! Over there! Cocktails ain't acid in the hole! Just calm down.
No, me!
Your middle tower is under attack.